Is it on?
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing.
No, you can't.
There we go.
I can't see who's
There we
here.
go. There we go.
If you're here, hit that like button. I see a few numbers. Well,
We might be a little low tonight. We're not real sure how this is going to turn out. We don't know if our people are football people or not.
Well, I don't know. We were watching Big Family, and I was thinking at the time that the Super Bowl kicked off at 6:30, so we had about 30 minutes to try to squeeze one in, and then I realized that was Eastern time. So
right,
I don't know how many will actually be with us.
I'm gonna share it real quick.
All right, you're gonna have to catch up on some names there.
Okay,
Zoe.
Let me go in.
We have folks saying hello. Miss Sue said no football, chestnuts. I did see where she commented on Wes's when he asked if we were having one. She said they better.
Well, we didn't really plan to watch. We weren't. We're not diehard.
I got coffee on me.
Yeah, you did.
That's all right.
We're not diehard pro football.
Right.
We love college football, but we're not diehard pro football. What's the other word for football?
NFL.
Okay, whatever. And
you're saying it right.
We just didn't know if any of you guys were, so we might be a little slack.
We'll tonight, go anyway. We don't care.
We got stuff to talk about.
We do have some stuff to talk about. All right, you gonna cover everybody real quick?
Christina, Candy, Martha, like that?
No, just say hello.
We'll just tell everybody, hey, that's here, because there's lots of them here. And we are so glad you guys are with us. See, Kathy said she's not a football fan, but her other half is, and he's upstairs watching. See, we gave her a reason not to have to sit and watch with him.
Miss Sue said in it, so who cares?
Do you want to go change your shirt?
No, I don't care. It's just coffee.
Okay.
It'll be fine. People get on late to wonder, what has he got on his shirt?
That's right.
Cornbread's over there drooling. Papa's Kitchen says no professional sports in his life.
Yeah, we
ain't. I'll watch a little bit of baseball, but I'm more of college football. I don't care for the NFL. Now, some of the guys that I watched come through Alabama, I like to watch them occasionally to see how they're doing in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I can keep up with stats on SportsCenter. I don't have to. I can see how they're playing on SportsCenter. I don't have to.
Sarah said she needs a shirt that says I'm a chestnut, and I'm working on one. I just got to figure out exactly how I want it.
So I wanted to talk about the shirts a little bit.
Okay.
Y'all know that we're having a website built, and poor Jacqueline has so many projects going on. Yeah. I know that she's working on it, and I'm fine with that. We're not in a rush. But we're going to put the shirts out, website or not, in April.
Are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's news to me,
I've been working on that. Been working on it.
That'd be great. Because we've already got, like, keychains.
G&G says hubby's watching, but she's watching us.
Thanks.
Thank you, Martha.
Well, you guys look so good at prom. No football. Yes. So thank you for that. Let's talk a little bit about prom. You want to?
Sure, go ahead.
I didn't even put it in my notes, but we did. We looked fabulous. Prom was wonderful. My friend Chrissy, she is
event planner extraordinaire.
I tell her I want to be her when I grow up. I tell her all the time. I said I want to be Chrissy when I grow up, because she is just phenomenal at what she does, and she don't sleep, she don't eat, she don't breathe until that event is done and she's cleaned up and packed away. And I don't want to call her out, but she just was squalling at church watching the recap video because it just went off without a hitch.
You asked me to hand you tissues. I figured I knew what was going on.
Yeah, it's just, seeing everything she had put all this energy into coming to fruition, and was just wonderful. And it was just everybody enjoyed it. That was part of it, and the attendees and the workers and just everybody had just looked wonderful. We had people who had donated dresses and shoes and suits, and they had people there shining the guys' shoes. We had hair and makeup, tiaras, crowns.
Yeah, and two of the people doing hair, they own a salon together, and one of them lives right across from our farm.
Yeah.
Our friend Heather and her friend Tiffany own a salon together, and they're both there doing hair for free.
They donate a lot of
but
time.
we have a lot of people in our church that work in local salons because
Yes.
Mandy was in there doing hair, and
Exactly.
she's a professional. These weren't just people like that are used to braiding their daughter's hair. These are professional stylists that were doing hair and makeup for these girls. So.
Yeah. It was great, and everybody just donated time and energy, and it was just, we're looking forward to next year.
Dawn said you needed a tag team with her. Well, if you only knew, when Zoe does an event, Chrissy is with her, and when Chrissy does an event, Zoe is her. Yes. And she was in this. Chrissy was basically running the event, and Zoe's running around in dress and heels with a radio. She is Chrissy's sidekick.
Where do you want me? Just put me where you want me. But yeah, that Christmas party that we did, I had Chrissy telling me, hey, this is what you need to do and how you plan it. Mm-hmm. She's just wonderful. I just love her.
Sarah, they did not do my hair.
Cliff said it too.
That was only for the guests of honor. So I did my hair before I leave.
Oh, goodness. Miss Lucy said, please pray for her daughter, Marie Dillard. She just got out of the hospital. She was in there Tuesday through Friday with pneumonia and CHF diabetic.
We will do that. Let me put that in here right now.
Pneumonia is hard on you. And you're real susceptible to other sickness once you've got that pneumonia in your chest. Papa's Kitchen said, if your photo is any indication, then I bet it should have been televised. Well, see, the thing is the only people who were able to share was the foundation themselves. We could take pictures of us, but we could not take pictures with attendees.
Or of the event at all.
Right. There was no
very
phones
careful with that.
All allowed in there. So, of course, you had your phone, but you weren't to be on your phone or taking any photos or videos of the actual event.
But there were professional videographers
right,
there.
That's what I was getting to, is there were people that were hired to come in and do the photos and videos, and those were the only ones that were allowed to be shared.
Yeah.
So I think like our church now has pictures up from the event, but they all had to be approved through the foundation.
Sure, yeah.
And they got approved yesterday evening, and they posted them.
But they are out there.
They are, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was talking about Jacqueline doing the website.
Right.
And shirts being... We have the designs that Zoe has shown you, and I plan to have those available by April. I guess we would probably do them through our Facebook page and something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
But we would figure out how to make those available, because that's when I'm going to have them ready.
I think that we will probably go with the same ones that Jacqueline and Tracy and Jason.
You're talking about
the company
Spring
Tea. I don't remember. Yes.
Well, that is through the YouTube, but I have another vendor that I'm going to have some shirts done. I saw Heidi said she was going to add hers to her Cog Hill and DJ collection.
We have our collection too.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll have them available. It may be kind of limited, but we'll still have them available.
Yes.
Lucy, I hope that I will have some with us at Pedals.
That would be a great idea.
But speaking of,
It will not be the petals in April. We're not setting up to sell in April. No one is
that's right.
selling.
That's you're not gonna have stuff there. That's the September one.
Right. The one in September will be open for the different channels to also offer things to sell. So the one in April is just setting up
That's just a meet and greet.
And then the one that'll be open in September for
there'll be a lot of YouTubers there,
not just homesteading based, but any YouTubers.
So the one in April is more local,
Alabama,
and they are homestead based. And it's just a meet and greet. You'll actually have stuff set up in September.
Yes. So, but in September, I plan to maybe do some goodies. We'll have our keychains and maybe a few hats.
Yeah.
And maybe
I plan to have hats and t-shirts there when we do it.
Yep.
But while I was on the subject of Head family, today is Zach's birthday.
I saw that.
So
if you haven't seen that yet, you need to go over and
y'all make sure to wish Zach a happy birthday
today. Yes. So we have been talking about, if they saw our latest video, we have finally broke ground on our potager garden. I feel so fancy when I say that.
It seems like Tracy has made that a very popular term.
I love it though. Like,
I had never heard it before Tracy, and now it is a very popular term.
Because watching Roots and Refuge Farm,
is that what she called hers?
Protege. I don't know. She would just say she's going out to the garden, and I just fell in love with walking in to her garden.
That's the style, but I don't think we knew it was called that.
Right. And then when I saw Tracy's style, I was like, this is the same thing. You have boundaries, but it's plentiful and it's mixed. And I liked it a lot. And so
Maggie said my pea patch is fancy.
I bet you when Nick's pea patch starts to grow, I bet them peas is about every one of them, or you could put a measuring stick between them, and it's going to be a straight line, and it's going to be spaced exactly accordingly, because Nick is a lines measurements person. That's why I'm getting my 40 by 80 with walls, so that he's going to build it, and then he's getting out of it, because I was on Instagram scrolling a while ago, and I said, look, I just love this setup. And it was a potager garden before the flowers bloomed. He's like, oh, yeah, I like it. It's all straight lines. It was just boundaries.
It looked clean and neat, and then you showed me the chaos. And then I
scrolled over, and it was when everything was in full bloom. He's like, no, that looks messy.
That's just look chaos.
I loved it. I love it.
That's why you get your garden and I get my lines. No. Sarah says I'm more of a measure like Lester. You mean when Wes had to go over and fix everything that he measured?
Wendy said they still got about 20 to 30 trees to cut down to have their spot ready. I know it. She's cooperating. I get it. Everything we have is in water.
We would already have boxes built without this rain. We've had, which is weird. Diana. You know, we watched our friends throughout the Midwest area struggling with not getting a drop of rain, and here we are fussing about too much, and they're getting snow while we're getting rain, and it's just
well,
it's holding you up. But we would have boxes built already. I've moved the lumber over there. We had it laid out, and we're ready to build the boxes, and it's too stinking wet.
Yesterday, y'all know Saturday and Monday are our only true work days. And yesterday it rained from the minute we were up to the minute we
fed in the rain and said to heck with it and came home.
There wasn't anything we can do. So but we did do one thing.
Cliff, she can't fire me. She needs me to build it.
That's right. I can build it, but I can't promise it's gonna hold anything. There's one thing we did do.
What?
We ordered the tarps to go over the dirt.
We did do that.
We have to have the tarps before we can put the boxes down.
That's right.
And put the gravel in and then start filling the boxes. So our next step is tarps.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I'm actually going to start building boxes tomorrow, and then we can move them onto the tarps. But I'm going to build them out tomorrow. So
MC says, all in God's time, my friends.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
That makes me want to cry, because let me read you what my first note was. Is turning our waiting room into a classroom, which is a Jessica Soward's quote.
Okay.
To make the most of where you are and learning all you can of the things that we're doing. For instance, just a few container beds means to make the most and learn how to be super productive with those beds. Because it's very easy to see all that people are making around us and get discouraged.
Yeah.
We are not where other people are, and it's easy to get pulled into this we're not where other people are mentality. And
you can get in that very easy.
And I have to remind myself every day that I drive out there that we are on raw land, and we are working on one income, and we are working on this household plus building something from nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is hard to do. And as much as I see this beautiful stuff that everybody's got and putting up and building, and people are putting out videos all the time of all the new projects. And I'm thinking, we're just trying to.
I did text Wes when their video came out when they were doing their orchard. And I texted him, I said, you beat me to it.
But, you see, it's like we're just waiting, and we're doing little here and a little there. But what we've also said is that 1%, we're eventually going to get to 100%. So right now, our 1% was taking the old tarp up, tilling that ground. We have new tarp on the way.
That's right.
So that 1%, we didn't do anything but order tarps from our chair yesterday, and that was 1% done to move us farther.
That's right.
And
you know what? We got 1.5% because all them seed boxes are right there on the deep freeze.
They are. We did bring all of our seeds in because it's time to get.
We're probably going to go over some seed stuff Wednesday.
Yeah.
When we do our live on Wednesday, we're going to go over some seed stuff.
Going to pull them out, show you guys, talk about what we're going to plant, what we've ordered. Let's see.
All right. So Heidi's got a good question.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You're pressing buttons.
See, that's why you don't let me drive.
How come we're doing boxes instead of in the ground? Well,
we're doing both.
It's also a multi answer question.
Yeah, it is.
Right now, we need to let our ground rest. We have done that same spot over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And it is time to let that ground rest.
That's right.
But while we're letting it rest, we can still use it. There are things that will thrive in the ground. But for us, we saw more success when we did them in containers. We have done small container beds here, and was phenomenal.
It was.
And it's more so for the aesthetics in that part of the farm.
Yeah, because just to answer a little bit more of Heidi's question, there's certain things that I still want to plant in the ground just because I like planting in the ground.
Right.
I like working in the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy that. But we had some boxes here that we just tried. They were some boxes that things were shipped into my work. They were scrapped, about to be thrown away. And I said, hey, you know what? I want to give it a try. So I put them out there. We filled them full of cheap potting soil, amended the top, and put things in. It was easy to harvest. It was easy to keep weeds out of. It was easy pest control. And it was abundant.
Yes.
Insanely
Yes.
abundant.
Mm-hmm.
What we grew in them.
Mm-hmm.
We still had our garden in the ground here at our house while having raised beds.
And they both were very productive.
And they both did well, but we enjoy the garden in the ground.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But Zoe wants hers where she can organize things, companion planning, and have it for the looks of it. She wants to be able to walk through her garden. She wants walkways.
Yeah.
She wants a quiet place.
Mm-hmm.
My garden is work and sweat and dirt, and that's my garden. Zoe's garden is a walk and reflect, and she wants a table in it to sit down. If I'm planting rows of peas and beans and okra, there's no table in that.
That's right.
There's walkways because that's where I have to be to not step on plants while I pick.
Mm-hmm.
She wants walkways on gravel and a reflection spot.
I'm so glad you understand that.
No, I get it. That's why I'm 100% in support of it. That's not my style of garden.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that I won't support it and build it.
Yes.
I will put it there. I will help you take care of it. But the decisions of what goes in that and where is not me.
Yes.
Mine is rows.
It is.
I like rows.
And that's your happy place, is seeing straight lines.
That's me.
And I pick on you about that because I am not. I like straight line for boundaries, but the things inside, I do not want straight lines. I want it to be overflowing and happiness. And I pick on Nick all the time about his being straight lines, spaces accurately throughout, but our farm,
I think there's a lot of important points being made here, and we're missing them.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So, and with us having a working farm, everything is hard. It's just hard. There's just you don't pull in and you go, oh, this is just so wonderful. You do, but you pull in and you're like, okay, I've got work to do. And after we've done all that work, and Nick might be over tilling in his, hoeing in his little garden, I can go sit in mine and reflect on all these flowers and reflect on the land and just be, period. And there will be no kids in my garden. They can go play in his.
See, G&G is just getting started with theirs, and they're talking about just having a temporary chicken house and yard. And you have to look back, and that's a lot of good that this channel does, is that we can look at where we started. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you can go out there and you'll forget how raw it was when you started.
Oh, man, yeah.
So I was going around the other day, and I had actually worked our fire break for burning some areas, and I was looking and thinking, it's nowhere near as bad as it once was. I don't have as much work to do.
That's right.
So that little bit that we accomplish, whatever Saturday and Monday, that's my days to work with you. Even today was the first sun we had in several days, but I still refuse to do it because we don't work on Sunday. He doesn't need me to work on Sunday to make that land productive.
That's right.
It's going to happen anyway. Something we haven't talked about is why we wanted that to rest. I don't know if that is still even in play or not. I haven't read enough on it, but it stuck in my head years ago that you don't plant that land every 7 years.
Okay.
That's how long that garden's been there.
That's right.
This would be the 7th year.
Mm-hmm.
That was an easy decision for me to make.
About planting.
I was going to ask Pastor David about it, and I forgot because we're not planting it anyway.
Right.
Fine. If we put beds on it and let it rest, it's not hurt anything if that's just part of Moses' law and not even in play anymore. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was going to ask him what he thought about it. But either way, this would be the 7th year for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Whether it's still in play or not, it's a good time. Let it rest.
It is.
Don't bother.
It needs it.
So what we did, we changed which row what was in.
Yes.
So that we were complementing what had been there. If we had something that fed high nitrogen, then we planted something that seemed to put it back in.
Good night, Sharon.
Good night, Sharon. But it was just time to not do anything with it. Mm-hmm. So we just let it rest. We're going to let the soil build, and that's why we're putting tarps down before we put gravel in anything, because it can still be moved.
We are still working the land without working the land.
But that just lets them have it for a while.
It does. She said, I want a place to sit like on the porch in the evening and have a glass of tea and enjoy nature and the sunset. That's right, because now a lot of times we'll just stand around at the farm after we're done working.
A lot of time I'll just lean up against the truck.
And just what, baby?
What, baby?
Well, we'll see how it goes, okay?
When we're done.
But we'll just prop up for a little bit and just let us settle and just breathe in and kind of go over everything we did, what we didn't get to, and just give us a place to do that. And I'm looking forward to it. I think this year just getting started, it's going to be small, and I'm good with that because we have a whole year to collect more lumber and make more beds, and we're mixing it up some too because we bought some blue feed tubs. Is that what they are?
They're protein tubs. They're for protein for cattle.
So they're these giant, I don't know, what, 3 foot?
Just wait, bud.
3 foot tubs?
2 foot? Yeah, they're about 26, 28 inches tall. Something like that.
And they're real big around, and they're perfect
for... They're protein tubs that people buy for cattle.
Lick tubs. Is that what it is?
I guess.
Well, I'm buying some of those to put out there to give some dimensions and some... it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It'd be great. We'll make it our own. What else do you have? Because
I was trying to say, hey, stop.
Uh-oh, somebody is so mean.
Sister is so mean. Oh, Heidi says she rotates hers, but never heard the 7-year thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's part of the Levitical law. It's in Leviticus, so that's why I said it may not even be in play. It may not be necessarily something we still need to do, but I do it anyway.
G&G said they take scrap wood and remill it on the sawmill to make boards for the boxes. So there's something that you've been talking to Clack maybe a little bit about, is letting him come in after we've taken some more trees down and do some. We might do some
sawmill stuff with Clack.
Right. But yes, we would love to. We have lots of trees that are down from a storm. We've just got to get them pulled out where we can access them.
Some of them we did pull out, but there's a lot of big ones that could be milled that it's going to take some doing to get them out of there.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to be cut off at length and brought out. But yes, we will have herbs in there. As far as I know, Zoe's planning on doing herbs.
Right. Well, I've got 3 green stalks now as well. So I'll have those. I can do some.
Yeah, I'm going to add one more so you have
an even number.
Even number. You got is that like a terracotta color?
Yes, the standard.
So we'll have another one of those, and then we ordered 2 of the black ones on the Cog Hill sale.
Special, yeah. So the baby goats.
Baby goats.
Nobody has asked about baby goats.
What is wrong with y'all? Cliff's on here. If we had baby pigs, he would be asking. But nobody has asked about baby goats.
Baby pigs ain't babies no more.
No.
They are getting ready to go to a bigger pen. We're about to give them as much room as the big pigs have.
Mm-hmm.
But baby goats. So we've been talking about names, and I got to looking up not goat names, but brother and sister names. And I have in my notes
Go ahead.
Bart and Lisa.
No.
Ross and
Bart and
Monica.
Lisa I liked better than Ross and Monica.
Ross and Monica. And Jack and Jill. Somebody I think had mentioned Jack and Jill before. But
I was all over the Bonnie and Clyde suggestion, and Zoe said they were not brother and sister.
Right, Bonnie and Clyde were lovers. They were not brother and sister. So now
Mr. Jim wants to know about Gus. You know Gus is going to be his favorite forever.
Gus is...
So Gus can't leave. Gus has got to stay.
Well, let's not... Okay, let's get rid of them. Let's block them.
Go ahead and block that user. We got some spam popping up there.
There we go. Okay, let me delete it too.
All
so, I clicked delete. There it went.
It'll go. It takes it a minute.
She said if it were a permanent spot, would cinder blocks be better and more feasible?
To an extent, it could be, but we don't want it to be necessarily permanent. It may not move for a while, but Zoe asked that question when we picked out this spot because she had it in her head, hey, I would like it closer to wherever we build, and we're not going to build our house right here.
Yes, that's exactly. I was just sitting here thinking, why did we not?
Well, the reason that it's not more permanent is because Zoe wants it closer to wherever we may have our home.
Our homestead.
So where that garden spot is
might change.
It's very possible that's not going to be anywhere near where we build our house.
Right.
So it needs to be movable, which it will be.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe will have a more permanent garden like this wherever we're going to build, but we're not sure where we're going to build yet.
You know, I got to thinking what I would like to do for some beds as well is brick.
We could.
Like if we build a house and use brick in it, maybe some contrasting brick in the flower beds and planters and garden beds. And
there's a funny suggestion.
Donna Marie.
She said Donnie Marie. Well, see, Jim said Sonny and Cher, but she's going to throw me on the same thing as Bonnie and Clyde. She's going to say they weren't brother and sister.
See, they said Oreo and s'mores, which would go with peanut butter and Reese Cup.
Sarah said the same thing you actually mentioned.
Violet and Jack.
You mentioned
Violet
that.
And Jack. Mm-hmm. Bart and Lisa is Cliff's vote.
Somebody else said Hansel and Gretel.
Michael and LaToya.
No, I'm doing that.
I would feel silly calling them that. Hansel and Gretel. See, I thought about.
So Miss Lucy, or Aunt Lucy, I'm sorry, Aunt Lucy has already asked about the other Lucy.
Yes.
No, she's not going in the big pig pen.
She will not.
They are going in a bigger pen like the big pigs are in. But no, they're not going in the same pen yet.
Yet.
Yes.
Because
we have not gotten everybody settled out where we want, and we still have the boars in there. Right. So I don't want to put those younger girls with the boars yet.
Right. Well, that's going to be, one of them's going to be their dad, and we can't.
Yeah, we can't. We're not doing that. I know who's. Both of those we kept are by Henry.
Yeah, so we don't want to risk that. So, but we're going to give them a lot of area in the woods that's going to be one-stranded.
When she say she's double dipping,
she's on Facebook and YouTube.
Oh, good. I don't care if everybody's on both. Knock it out. Speaking of Lester, did y'all see his puppy bowl today? That was so funny. And speaking of names, Zoe had made the little boo-boo about the names the other night on the live when she mentioned Wednesday and Pugsley. We won't talk about what her little boo-boo was, but it was funny.
What?
And there was a lot of people called it. You were trying to say that Wednesday was a dark name, and I said they're white goats, and you said, yeah, Wednesday is a black name.
Oh, yeah.
You were trying to say dark.
I was. That was it. Yes. Like gothic.
Heidi did not see. Oh, no, she did see. Okay.
It
It said
so
she did see it.
funny.
But he was trying his best to get those. And actually, I think Wednesday was in the running and Rocky did it. But that was so funny. But it caught me that he had two of those puppies named Wednesday and Pugsley. I was like, well, there, you can't do that.
Well,
it got me tickled when Jamie kept trying to call Holden.
Yes, and they were pulling on each other.
That is an outstanding idea. Cliff said we need a piggy bowl.
Oh, that would be
if
fun.
we could manage to have a farrowing in January, then it would be just right for a piggy bowl.
Now they would tackle us for corn. We could get out there against.
They're too big for it, Sarah, for this year. But I think if we could time a farrowing for January, that would be outstanding to have a piggy bowl next year.
So you know what I just thought about? We had one piggy who was due in 3 days.
Yeah, but she didn't take.
It did not
so
take.
Gertrude, that we were hoping had been bred and would have been due February 14th.
That's right.
13th. She would have been due the 13th. It obviously did not take because she has not. We've known it for weeks that she wasn't getting bigger. She wasn't filling out. I mean, now she's big, but she was
healthy.
Obviously not pregnant.
Yeah, so this is her second round that she did not take.
Yeah, so Gertrude needs to get it together on this next cycle or she'll have to have a new home.
Yeah. It costs a lot of money to
feed her.
Feed her, yeah. She said 30 views. Yeah, and there's 27 on Facebook. We got 57 altogether.
That's
right
not
now.
bad, though, for a Super Bowl night. I'll take it.
We usually run between 70 and 80.
I'll take it on a Super Bowl night.
Yeah. Make it a yearly event.
Absolutely. We would just time out our farrowing to have Piggy Bowl every year.
They could do Puppy Bowl. We'll do Piggy Bowl. Somebody can do.
Jim said do pig racing. Put some numbers on them.
Funny. That would be so funny. See who can get to the corn first.
We put them in their little fence and just pick it up.
Yep.
Turn them loose.
Yep.
Boy, that would be hilarious. That would be so funny. The week ahead, you can start putting them up there with numbers and let people pick who's going to win.
Yeah. Well, Miss Lucy, she said Gertrude needs to find a new man. Henry's got enough for everybody.
And we've got two boys.
We do.
We have two
and they both were
very productive boys.
And they were both trying their hardest. And so I really think it's a Gertrude.
Gertrude may not be fertile.
Yep.
And which is fine, except on our farm, we can't feed her if she's fertile. So
we can't feed her if she's fertile.
If she's not fertile, I'm sorry. We can't feed her if she's not.
We want her to be fertile.
Who's Fran and Ollie?
Fran and Ollie. Who is that? Yeah.
Karen, tell me who that one is. Those names not ringing a bell. Throwing some names out there. Yeah. I put this back on here because we talked about it a pretty good bit, did a video on it. I've still gotten lots of questions about eggs.
Okay.
And not just about feed. So I had a question that I would answer.
Yes, Aunt Lucy, pork chops.
Probably. But Lucy won't be. Now, she did ask about Lucy specifically.
No.
You know, Zoe, in the first part of that video, said, "This is Lucy." And then later on, she said, "Well, these three were trying to pick names." Well, we've kind of already decided that the big red one is Lucy.
Yes.
And she was going with the other Peanuts characters for the other two. And we'll kind of get them.
No, the big red one's Patty.
No.
Lucy. Okay, so there's Lucy, Patty, and
What'd you say the other one was?
you're supposed to know.
I don't know. I wasn't
Peanuts
naming
was
them.
your time.
Yeah, but I wasn't naming them. Sally. You named the other.
Sally and Patty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all I knew was the red one was.
Yes.
MC doesn't know Fran and Ollie either.
Yes.
So I'm not sure who that is.
And we might name it. We've got some boys still that are not cut. I mean, that are cut.
We do, but I'm thinking those are probably going to be sold. We won't keep them.
Lucy has blonde hair. Well, we've got one that's got that is white with some red on it. So that could be Lucy. And then Patty will be the red one with the white stripe.
Okay.
You don't care.
No, I don't.
You don't care.
I thought Lucy had black hair. Which one is the one that pulls the football away from Charlie Brown?
No, that's all in your time. That's not my
can't
time.
remember.
I never did watch Peanuts.
Whatever. Next week we'll have all of them named because we're moving them and putting them in their new area, and we'll tell you who's who. How about that? Yeah. See, Lucy has black hair.
Okay. Well, we ain't got.
We're not keeping a black one. Name the red one Lucy.
Okay, whatever. I don't.
You were just using the names. They don't have to match them.
No, Lucy reminds me of red hair. The name Lucy I associate with a red hair.
So you want to make Lucy the little red and white one?
No, I want Lucy to be the big red one.
Okay.
And then I want Patty to be the red and white one.
Lucy said black hair, not pig hair. Oh, Fran and Ollie was a puppet show.
Oh. Well, I don't know anything about them. We'll have to
I didn't know that one. I'll Google it just out of curiosity. So my question on eggs, and when I gave them the answer, and I'm not going to say who it was because it's somebody that's on our lives pretty regularly, asked the question, and I gave them the answer, and they said, "Oh, well, that makes sense. That was a question." And I said, "No, it wasn't a stupid question. If you don't raise chickens, you don't know." So the question was about how eggs are produced and the cycle and things like that. And if somebody changes feed today and they get an egg tomorrow, it wasn't the feed that did it.
No, it takes.
It's just not. It takes 24 to 26 hours for an egg to develop.
Yes.
That's why your chicken will lay later in the day, because eventually they will skip a day because it takes 24 to 26 hours to develop an egg. But their question was about how these people had eggs if they didn't have a rooster.
Which is a very common question.
That's not a stupid question, so I wanted to answer it.
It is just like a female. A female is going to produce an egg.
Regardless of whether it's fertilized or not.
Right.
The only thing you need a rooster for is if you want it to develop into a chick.
Right. Yeah. Right. Period. Yeah. Period.
It's very simple.
A lot of people they'll start a new feed and the 2 days in, well, I'm not getting, it's not any better. Nothing's changed. My chickens don't look any better.
Well, happy birthday, Aunt Lucy. She's 67 tomorrow. She watched Fran and Ollie.
Happy birthday. I won't sing to you.
Papa's Kitchen said there was no script. It was all ad-lib.
He told about it right there. I was letting you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But I wanted to say that some people will, it's like people, we start a medication and it will take some medications, before they're fully effective, take a week or 10 days. That's why you take a medication for a course of time, is to get it into your system to kill off, change whatever it's supposed to do. It's the same thing with feed, is that it takes 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever, to get in the chicken system before it starts actually helping and
I would
fully effective.
I would think, if you add some stuff, you probably, if
Ursula,
you add some protein, it may up it in a day or two. Again, I am not saying that there was a conspiracy on feed. I'm not getting back into that. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying the question that was asked was, so-and-so swapped feed and had eggs the next day. Well, that's not how that works. You may have swapped feed, but the egg that was laid today was started yesterday.
Yeah, right.
So that was my point. And then the question was asked about the rooster. My friend has chickens, but she's not allowed to have a rooster. Why is she getting eggs? They're not having a baby. It's just like a woman producing eggs. It just doesn't happen to be fertilized.
He said, like my diet, if I eat healthy today, I expect to be 20 pounds lighter tomorrow.
That's exactly right. Paw, I ate a salad yesterday. Why do I need to still be on a diet?
Yeah, right. So why do I say peel shrimp?
Well, we're not getting into that because we had plenty to talk about. It was just something that I thought about on Zoe-isms, because I heard you use one earlier today, and I wasn't going to use it, but now you brought it. No, never mind. Wait, because Jim wants to know about bees.
So I don't have bees yet, but
she has not had bees. She has bee boxes.
I have bee boxes. And
she don't have bees in them.
I've helped Miss Tanya work her bees, and I'm going to help Tracy work her bees a little bit. But we've been trying to figure out where we wanted to put our bees, and it's time to do that now. It's time to figure all that out. And so our tarp.
And Miss Tanya is actually going to bring some bees.
She is. She is going to bring bees. And what I'll do is I think I'll add I'll put my box with it so that I can compare my box to her box. So I know so I have something to compare it to.
And if y'all don't know or have forgotten, Tanya is the one that we made the bee videos with, that Zoe was helping work bees. And she is the one that has bees at Cog Hill.
She is. She's Cog Hills. That's actually how we got connected. And she fantastic.
So she knows everything about bees.
She does.
So she has been teaching Zoe about bees, and she wants to move some of hers. What did y'all call that when you built another hive? What did y'all call that? You were building another box off the hives.
When you make a new nook.
Whatever. They were outgrowing what they're in, so she needs to make more. Yes. And she's going to put some at our farm.
Right.
But they will be at the end of Zoe's.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to say is we had the tarps we had to order were 20 foot longer than what we actually needed. Yeah, no, that's right. And so we were like, I don't know what we're going to do with the overhang. And I got thinking that would be the perfect place to put the bees. It's out in the open. It's right there by the beds.
It will be actually between both gardens and the orchard.
That's right.
It will be perfect.
No shade. It would be. I think it will just be. I'm trying to see what she had called it. She said she has 8 to 10 hives. She'll be moving soon, and so she's going to split it between a few places.
Sarah has got this huge list for you.
Zoe's living trees, alpaca, freeze dryer, bees. Yes.
Is that all, Sarah? Have you got it all?
I might just name my queen bee. Hey, Jody. Linda said, am I going to name the bees too? I might just name the queen.
Oh, gosh.
IGNG, she's got to go get everything locked up and stuff. We can get
dealing with a farm too.
Yep. Yes, and our internet is much better. I've got to call them and see what's going on with that, because I had to turn my Wi-Fi off and we turned the TV off, and now it doesn't seem to be having any issues right now.
As long as it's not lagging and aggravating people, I don't care.
I think that's about it. I had made a note that
I'm going to save them the Zoeisms for another night.
Miss Dinah, I did. I got the email with the bed tractor.
Oh, yeah. You showed me that.
He would love it.
That may be something to look into when we move.
Yeah, he would love it. So I was gonna.
I'll keep popping these up there every time one of them says it, because they reminding them to hit that like button. And she just joined us from Big Family.
Oh, great!
Saw them on there.
You can go ahead.
Yeah,
be fine.
Yeah,
all of it. So I was thinking about our sunflowers.
Karen said we're buffering a lot. Are we really?
Not.
I didn't think anybody else was having that issue tonight.
They want my Zoeisms. I'm curious to know what my Zoeism was today. There are so many.
Yo, Zoe has a lot of funny things that she says, like boiled shrimp being peel shrimp. That's the one that she saw on my notes. She's like, I want some peel shrimp. So
I love peel shrimp. If I tell you peel shrimp, you automatically think about shrimp that you peel the outside off, right? See,
it's still boiled shrimp, Zoe.
We're dragging some.
Who? Really?
That's terrible. But that's also YouTube. Nope, he's not buffering.
He said no buffering. So maybe it's YouTube itself. Maybe the viewers are lagging.
It might be.
That may have been why we saw lag, because we were viewing it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have said that there was no issue.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. We're not going to worry about it.
Anyway, whatever.
We ain't watching it. We're not going to worry about it.
I don't know. But the one that Zoe used today, and every time I come up with one, I will give it to y'all. Wait a minute. Sarah said peel shrimp. If I said that to my hubby, he would be like, what's wrong with you? That's exactly what I said to Zoe the first time I heard it.
Yes, a shrimp is a prawn. Jody said shrimp is a prawn.
What are you talking about, peel shrimp? And she said, you know the kind you peel. I said, Zoe, that's boiled shrimp. She said, no, they're peel shrimp. You peel them to eat them. Well, all you do is pick up fried shrimp, and that's not pick up shrimp.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's fried. And peel shrimp is boiled. It's how you cook them.
But you have to peel it. If I told you, go get me some peeled shrimp, you know that I want
because I speak Zoe.
Yeah.
That's why true. I know. If you told someone in a restaurant, I want peel shrimp, they're going to look at you like you've lost your mind.
I have, and you had to correct
I did. I have to tell them she wants boiled shrimp. You told that lady you wanted peel shrimp. I said she wants boiled shrimp.
I did.
But so Zoe's best Zoeism she used today, and it's one of my favorites. How many of y'all?
Sarah said she don't get the ones you need to peel. She ain't got that kind of time. Wait,
I don't
even go there.
I told Zoe I don't have the patience for that or crab legs.
Oh, I love crab legs because I like the pop in it.
Anyway, what are you holding on for?
I was say, do you remember me telling you growing up? We went to a restaurant at the beach with my parents when I was little, and this man, everybody's eating their shrimp, and he said, I just don't like shrimp. Boiled shrimp. And my daddy said it's the best thing ever. And he said everybody's cracking and all shells. He said, what are y'all doing? He said, well, we're peeling the shrimp. He said, I always just threw them in my mouth and ate them. That's why I didn't like them, because he never knew you had to take the shell off. You had to take the shell off of it, and I remember that every time I have to make sure I get every.
So
piece
you
of
call
it.
them peel shrimp to remind you to pull the shell off.
Yeah, you got while you're looking at it, you're going
Does that kind of remind?
Peel.
I want to know.
Lolene calls them peel and eat.
Do any of y'all use the word burn as a noun?
A noun is an action.
No, a verb. That's a verb is an action. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Who uses the word burn as a noun?
It's a descriptive.
Because Zoe says, and she has said this many times, it wasn't just today, I smell burn.
Yes, I did. Because that's exactly what I smelled. I smelled burn.
She didn't smell something burning. She smelled burn.
I do. And I came in there, I said, I smell burn. You said, what do you
Burn
smell?
is not a noun. Well, that's because I speak Zoe. I knew what you were saying. But the first time you did it, I was like, you what? You said, I smell burn. Well, Zoe, you can't smell burn. I guess burn can be a noun if you burned your skin. You have a burn, maybe.
That's a burn.
That's a burn. You smell burn.
Burn. Not burnt. Nope. Just burn.
No, not burnt. Not burned. See,
everybody's putting a.
You're doing burn at the farm as a noun, like a controlled burn. I get it.
That's
fine. No, that would be a controlled burn. That would be a noun. But you smell burn.
I do smell burn. I smell.
No,
burn
you
today.
smell something burning, or you smell something that has burned, but you don't smell burn. You.
I did smell burn today.
I smell burn.
I made around and find it.
You did.
I did smell burn.
Alex said it's official. We did Zoe are related. Papa's Kitchen wants a t-shirt that says I speak Zoe.
Zoeisms.
Yes, we will do that. Because Zoe smells burn.
I do.
Every time she comes out with a Zoeism, I'm gonna put it in my notes and I'm gonna let y'all have it. So that you can speak Zoe too.
Well, it's like that time when it was supposed to be 30 minutes and I told you no, it was a half hour.
No. A half hour is 30 minutes.
I know. And you told me that was wrong.
No, that's not how you said that.
I don't remember what it is.
No. That's not what happened. It was something else, but I think it was like half a year or something you said. I don't remember how you said it. It was really weird.
No, I think it was like a restaurant. And I was like, you said it's only going to be 30 minutes. And I said, no, they told me it was a half an hour.
Yes, that did happen. That did happen. They told me the wait was 30 minutes. And Zoe said, well, they told me half hour. That did happen. I had forgotten that. But I will make sure to make notes on the Zoeisms so that y'all can have them.
She says she likes
and
it
we will make a list on a shirt and just Zoe's how to speak Zoe and just have a whole vocabulary. She wants I smell burn on a t-shirt.
with a burnt pan cornbread. I smell burn. Do you have spaghetti if you break it in half? Do you have more spaghetti if you break it in half volume-wise? Good night, Miss Martha. I'll see you in a few days.
What's hers in a few days?
I'm baking her some crackers.
Oh, yeah, the cheese crackers. I would think it's still the same.
No, I think you have more.
You have more by numbers, but I think volume-wise it's still the same.
You have more pasta.
I want it broken in half, though.
I actually break mine into thirds.
I would rather it be broke down more so you don't have to twirl it so much.
Told my daughter to be back at a quarter after, and she showed up at 25 after.
That is Zoe all day long.
She says she has an aunt that says you have more if you break it in half. I bet you. I
You
think
you have
do.
more by number, but the volume's
No,
gonna be the
because look,
same.
If you yes, volume same.
See, she said it's still the same volume wise. It's the
Yes.
same.
Yes. So because if I break them,
But Miss
It's
Sue,
gonna-
I agree. It's easier to eat.
yes. Virtual hug, both off, wash hands. Greg and Marsha, and Jane, Bobby, and Cindy.
We're going Brady Bunch here. I knew that one.
Well, the thing is Daisy.
See, Sarah
is
says you have more pieces.
Yeah.
That's right. It's more
That's what
pieces.
Jody said.
But the volume is not different.
Yeah.
Exactly, Beth. A pound. If you get a pound of noodles, it's still a pound.
Mm-hmm.
Cornbread burn.
All right.
I'm doing.
Yeah, we got dinner.
I will give them more Zoeisms as they come out because there's a couple a week. They don't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll give it to
I'm
them.
used to it. Well, I guess I am used to it if I'm the one doing it all the time.
All right.
Okay, guys. Put my end in. All right, y'all. We are gonna wrap it up. We've been on for an hour. We're gonna cook some dinner.
You better hurry up.
And get everybody ready for bed.
You haven't got it on there, baby.
I know. I'm still talking.
Oh.
She's because she's Zoe's chestnut. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all Wednesday, and we're gonna talk about some seeds.
We'll talk about seeds.
Bye, y'all.